This is a very sensitive subject. It's going to piss people off, make people angry. There's going to be hatred in the comments section. And more than likely, there'll be YouTube videos trying to debunk what I'm saying. Because, he just sniffles a lot, so he must be on something, right? Okay. Welcome to HB RV Lifestyle, the podcast. I'm the host, John Levingston, aka the Honey Badger, here to give it to you straight and transparent about the RV business, as well as some other things. Now, I decided to do this outside today, less echo because my microphone broke. But the subject that we're going to talk about is the federal government and federal oversight of the RV industry. There apparently, because I've been getting some emails and direct messages from folks across the country saying that there are folks yelling and screaming in Facebook groups and YouTube videos and TikTok videos. And of course, I haven't seen any of these personally. Haven't really had the time to actually review these videos, so forgive me for that. But just reading some of the comments and the emails that I've been getting, it makes me think, okay, this must be over the Grand Design frame failure, frame flex situation. And it must be over the overall scope of the possible class action lawsuit. Now, if you don't know what Grand Design frame failure, frame flex is, forgive me, I'm not going to explain it in this video because that would probably take me 2 or 3 hours to give you the context of it all. And I don't think you want to stick around for that long. But I'll give you the short version. The short version is a lot of fifth wheels, over 35 feet in total length, that were built by Grand Design between pretty much 2016 and 2023, had some pretty bad frame problems. I mean, we're not talking about cracks in the I-beam or anything like that. I mean, that's part of it, but it wasn't pretty. And I covered it extensively. Now, since probably mid-2023, and I don't care what the motivation is. The motivation could be to prevent the lawsuit from getting bigger. I don't care what the motivation is. But for the last 2.5, almost 3 years, Grand Design's been doing a lot better job of actually taking care of the customer. Now, has everybody been taken care of? No. If everybody was taken care of, obviously there wouldn't be the threat of this class action lawsuit looming over everybody's head. So, yeah. I mean, obviously, there are folks out there that haven't been taken care of. So, there's that. But that class action lawsuit is not going to change anything for federal oversight. Now, the reason why people are calling for federal oversight, I would assume, is because there are folks on the internet, and yes, we're going to pick on Liz Amazing for a minute, not purposely, not personally, but just kind of, there are people that are copycatting her style of videos. I'm going to be nice today. And figuring out, like, I'll give you an example. There's 5 AI channels that basically take old stories of hers from 2-3 years ago and recycle them with an AI voice and AI footage, and they're getting tens and hundreds of thousands of views a day and making tens of thousands of dollars a month, like Liz Amazing. So there's this overblown sense that everything ever built is a pile of crap. Okay? So I pick on Brinkley a lot. I don't pick on Brinkley because I think it's a horrible product. I pick on Brinkley because someone decided they want to call me a name and crybaby inside a very expensive car that a bunch of influencers are picking on me. Nobody wants to get boo-hoo. I mean, that's why. I don't like BS. I don't like bullshit. Okay? But, I've had a little over 100 people reach out to me with their Brinkley issue, their leaking issue. But does that mean that every single Brinkley travel trailer, every single Brinkley fifth wheel is going to leak, rot the floor, all that crap? No. Is it going to be the majority or the super majority? No, not at all. Did every Grand Design fifth wheel over 35 feet, every model had problems, but is it every single fifth wheel built by Grand Design? No. Is it the super majority? No. Is it a lot more than Brinkley on the Leaks and Grand Design wanted to admit on? Yeah. Okay? Absolutely. But now I want you to think about numbers for a second. So now we've covered that. I want you to think about some numbers, okay? If you remove COVID-19, and I'm removing COVID because those years were, let me put it this way, that will never happen again unless we have another lockdown, okay? Never happen again. So if you average out from 2003 to 2025, that 20 year period without COVID, and you average out how many RVs were built and shipped out of the factories, travel trailers, fifth wheels, toy haulers, motorhomes, it averages just under 290,000 units. Okay? Now, look at the population of the US and Canada. And I'm not even including some of the people from South America, the Middle East, that actually go to Indiana during dealer days and buy this stuff directly from the factory. I'm not even including them. I'm just including US and American or Canadian and US citizens and residents. It's I think it's just under 400 million people. 400 million people. So that means the RV industry, as far as new, is targeting less than 1% of the total population of the United States and Canada. And by the way, there are some years where it was 400,000, some years where it was 180,000, etc., right? You got to average it all out. But let's say you ship 350,000 units in a year. Not all 350,000 are going to sell. There's going to be carryover. Now, this does not include the used market. That's a whole different video, a whole different time. 42% of Canadian and American residents say that they operate an automotive or automobile, like a truck or an SUV, car, daily. 42%. That's over what? That's over 100 million people. So over 100 million people operate a car. That's minimum. It's probably more than that. So 100 million people. The airline industry is responsible for flying, if I remember correctly, because I'm not in front of my computer, but a little under 10 million passengers daily around the world. So which industries, watch this, which industries is the federal government, NHTSA and any other committee or anything else, which government entity is going to want to spend billions of taxpayer dollars? Which industry would you rather put that billions of dollars into? Something flown at 30,000 feet elevation plus, where tens of millions of people fly a week? Hundreds of millions of cars, automobiles, semi-trucks, trains. Now, there's history behind this. Let me give you a little history, because a lot of you are getting pissed off right now. Let's give you some history. The automobile industry, when it was a small entity, when it was not what it is today, did not have any federal oversight. There were no seatbelt laws. But as watch this, as people were not surviving car accidents, as the ability and affordability of an automobile increased, federal oversight occurred. Because back when automobiles were first coming out, first prevalent, it was something the ultra rich owned or the upper middle class. Once it became more affordable, millions of people bought cars. Then all of a sudden, car accidents, you can use your imagination. Now we have what we have today. But that is something used daily. A travel trailer, a fifth wheel, a toy hauler, the average American that does not full-time RV. And I'm also going to set aside toy hauler campers because they're a wacky bunch, and I love you because, especially on the West Coast, you only use your unit 4 days a year sometimes because you go out to the desert for Thanksgiving weekend and ride around, and you're very much dependent on weather. If you got a real wet, rainy season out in the desert, you may not go at all. So that's not bad. I'm just telling you, that's why I've set aside toy hauler folks and full-time RVers. The average American uses their RV, travel trailer, fifth wheel, motorhome, for less than 12 days per year. 12 days. So if you haven't figured out, oversight is never going to happen at the level that people are screaming and yelling about. Is that a bad thing? I don't know. I am always split about stuff like that because part of me feels like the internet overblows things out of proportion. Give you a great example, guys. And I'm going to go outside of the RV industry here. I'm going to go to the truck industry. There's a guy online, millions and millions of subscribers, billions of views a year, makes probably, if you do the math on ad revenue, probably makes somewhere around $15, $18 million a year, screams at least once a month that the truck industry pricing is going to crash within 30 days. He does that same video once a month. And he's been doing that for 3 years. And the truck economy has not crashed, where Ram trucks, who have a 500-day supply or 465-day supply of trucks, is going to drop their pants or you can buy them 20 cents on the dollar. Hasn't happened. Not going to happen. But I went to pay attention and attention paid me. I'm going to go on the internet, put my 2 cents in, and hopefully YouTube will give me $1 back. Fact of life. This class action lawsuit is not about going to the Supreme Court and changing laws. You look at a lot of political type court situations, things about abortion and redistricting state lines and, athletics, college athletics, things of that nature. There's no money in it. It's all for politics and fame. It's all for branding. This class action lawsuit, if it goes through, more than likely will never see the inside of a courtroom. Now, I'm not a legal expert, disclaimer, so I couldn't tell you, I couldn't be definitive. It's an opinion. Because if you go look at the rumors around this thing, and they are rumors because I won't take these lawyers' phone calls anymore. I'm tired of talking to them. The rumor mill is that they're trying to lump Grand Design with Lippert, Winnebago, Brinkley, Keystone, Forest River, because Brinkley's had some frame problems, not major ones, not where like the world is ending. They just decided to hide it for a little bit. And we know why. It's not like it's a surprise or I'm going to come on here and yell and scream about it. And it ain't at the scale nearly what Grand Design had, you know. But they're trying to take the little bits of frame failure that Forest River and Palomino and Riverstone and Mobile Suites and Lux and all these companies and trying to lump them all into one lawsuit. And when you do that, history shows, not fact, but history shows that they're trying to make a paycheck through a settlement. So this is about a monster payday for the law firm. It's not about the people. It's not about the consumer. It's about the lawyers. Because the law groups, and the reason why I don't want to talk to them, I don't care if they want me to give them in contact with anybody I know. I could tell, I could smell, oh wow, look at their history. It's like, I'll give you guys an example. If you don't know the history of the people that own Brinkley, or at least a lot of them, they have a history of pumping and dumping companies. Keystone RV, several boating companies, they don't stick around more than 5 or 6 years. They get out. They pump a company's value up, eliminate all negative publicity online, try to get rid of videos of anything negative, silence people. That's their history. Am I mad about it? No, it's capitalism. Sorry, if I personally, if I had the ability to start an RV company and I had such a great team of marketers that could hide any problems and it was the hottest product on the market and I could invest $100 million and pump out 700 or 800 million when I sell it to a big corporation and walk away and start a new project in the boating industry or the power sports industry and do the same thing, amen, I would do it. Absolutely. And if you wouldn't, you really need to face yourself in the mirror, because, sorry, I know people that would love to and kill to have that kind of return on some investment, especially when they can walk away and don't have to deal with the consequences of the aftermath, right? So don't even say that. It's the same thing with these lawyers. These lawyers involved in this lawsuit have a history of big payday paychecks. They don't care. They don't care about the consumer that they called, that they got to sign on this lawsuit. They don't care. They care about, hey, we're going to make ourselves a couple $100 million for our legal team. We're going to be able to pay off a house or go buy something in St. Bart's or some crap like that. They don't give a crap. They don't. And you know who gets punished in all this? This is what really sucks. You know who gets punished in all this? The consumer. That's who gets punished. It isn't the manufacturer. Because Winnebago will rebound. Winnebago's insurance. They'll rebound. Grand Design's already kind of starting their rebound, right? They're making a comeback. So the manufacturer's not going to get hurt. The lawyers are going to get super rich. And the people that get hurt in the whole thing are the folks involved in the lawsuit, because they're probably not going to recover as much as they need to for all the pain, suffering, and headaches they've gone through. But my final thought on it, so you guys have a better understanding of where I'm coming from, my final thought on this, and I want you to imagine this, okay? If, and this is where I don't like corporate RV dealership YouTubers. I'm sorry. Okay? I'm sorry if that pisses some people off. I'm very anti-corporate America RV YouTuber. I'm very very anti-Liz Amazing type and style of content. I'm very anti anything that is an exaggerated version of the truth. Okay? Sorry, not my cup of tea. Never will be my cup of tea. But what I will say, and I'll make it very clear, is if the manufacturer, Grand Design, Action and Lippert, Okay, I don't blame 100% on Lippert. I blame like 10% on Lippert, and I've been on the record of saying that for a while. I blame 90% on Grand Design. But if they did the right thing at the very beginning of this, probably wouldn't have been as far. I wouldn't be doing a video like this, and my podcast probably would have grown to 100,000 people by now. But because, and this is what's really screwed up. I want you to imagine this for a second. Up until the Grand Design frame failure, frame flex thing, I was on trajectory I was on pace to get to 120,000 subscribers by the end of last year, 2025. And I probably would have been, I don't know where I would have been. But because so many people were offended by me because I spoke the truth, because everybody attacks me when something bad happens, I'm gonna be stuck where I'm at right now. Do I have a problem with that? No. And I'm gonna tell you why I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with that because I did learn 3 things about YouTube and about TikTok. Because I got asked this question. They're like, you've been really at the same subscriber number pretty much for like 2 years. What's going on? I said, people come on, and because they're in love. I'll give you a great example. Right now, everybody's attacking me over my videos about Brinkley. I'm like, well, why don't you go attack the people that post and email me their problems with Brinkley? Don't attack the messenger, attack the people and the manufacturer for not taking care of business or not doing the right thing. Either attack the consumer that's complaining to me and tell them, oh, by the way, you're a liar. Call them the liar. Go spit in their face. Don't spit in mine. It's the same thing about Grand Design frame failure, frame flex. You know, everybody called me a nut. Everybody called me a crackhead. Everybody called me every name in the book. I was right. But I don't get credit for being right. No. He's the guy that sniffles, so he must be on drugs. It's just one of those nutty things, right? But I learned a lot about YouTube. And I learned enough that, from my perspective, I've been able to start a couple more channels. Get 2 other channels monetized. One blew up to almost 200,000 subscribers in less than 5 months. So I learned a lot. So I don't care about subscriber count or this thing growing. I don't care about going to shows and showing off. I mean, just the way it is.